So I'm reading this book right now called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. It's the Japanese art of decluttering and organizing. So I wanted to read this for a long time, but basically it's about this specific method to tidying up to the point where you don't have to tidy up like. Basically, it teaches you how to clean and declutter and tidy and organize everything in a kind of spiritual way. I mean, it's not spiritual, but like, but just in a specific way to where you don't have to do it all the time. Like, you just do it once and yeah, it's a different approach to tidying up. Anyways, it's a really good book and I highly recommend. I am currently going through the process of tidying up using this method, and the first step is to do clothes. So I am, yeah, having at it. These are all of my tops. I think some of them might be in the wash. I definitely have some tops that are in the wash right now, but right now these are all the tops that I have just laid out. And basically what you're supposed to do, I haven't done this yet, you're supposed to lay everything out and kind of like categorize everything. And then you're supposed to like pick up, I just can't get a good angle here. You're supposed to just pick up. So basically you just pick up each item and feel it. And it's sort of like if the item sparks joy, is what she says, then that's a reason why you should keep it. I can already tell that there's gonna be a few of these items that I'm not gonna wanna keep. And I feel like a lot of the time I will say that I should keep them for a specific reason. The feeling of keeping something that you know you don't really need is sort of like a burden, like a subconscious burden, I feel like. So I'm really excited to declutter my life, and especially since I've been traveling. I feel like, because I've definitely never identified as a minimalist. Yeah, since I've been traveling, obviously, all of the things that I have now at some point are going to have to fit into a suitcase. And so I always have that in the back of my mind that no matter what I'm buying here or whatever, eventually I'm either gonna have to get rid of it before I leave or it's gonna have to fit somehow. And so I feel like that's one thing that traveling has really taught me is there are so many things that you don't need. Like the amount of clothes that I have here is like a third or a fourth of the clothes that I had back home. And all of that stuff back home I thought I needed. But like this is totally, and like even the stuff that I do have here, even though it's such a small amount compared to what I used to have, I have not even used all of it. Like there's still so many tops, and tops that I brought from back home when I went for Christmas that I was like, oh, I need this, and like literally haven't worn it at all. So I feel like, yeah, traveling has definitely taught me that. I've also just watched the documentary Minimalism on Netflix a few days ago, and then since I've been reading this book, I feel like I'm just kind of like on this thing of like, I just don't feel like, I don't know. I just don't want to put so much value on things. And that's why I love thrifting so much, just because it's like recycling, because there's already so much stuff in the world. We don't need to create more things. So anyways, I am cleaning out and I feel like this is gonna be really good for me. I have to get Kieran to do it as well though, because he has so many t-shirts. He probably has more clothes than I do, at least more tops than I do. And I swear he only ever wears like a handful of them and just like rotates them. He's kind of a hoarder. He's definitely not a minimalist. He's kind of a hoarder with like t-shirts. Like he has 8 Nirvana shirts or something. Like you don't need 8 Nirvana shirts. But since we live together, hopefully I'll be able to get him to do this as well. Anyways, it's my thing that I'm doing, so I can't force him to do it. It's his choice. But yeah, gonna get rid of some stuff. If I was back home, I would definitely want to sell some of my stuff on Depop, which I'm gonna do when I go back home, just because I don't really feel like shipping things from Australia. I don't really know the whole shipping thing. I'd rather be settled if I was gonna do that and have like all of my clothes with me. There's so much stuff back home that I have that I want to sell, so when I get the chance, I will definitely do that. But as of now, I'll probably just donate this stuff to like Vinnie's or something. But anyways, that's what's happening in the life of me today. It's also such a rainy day, so I feel like this is the perfect time to do it. And the seasons are changing, summer is ending, and we're going into autumn/winter in the southern hemisphere. So yeah, we gotta do some spring cleaning even though it's not spring here. Okay, so just an update. So far, this is the pile. Some of it is actual trash. But this is so far all of the stuff that I've decided I don't need anymore. And then this is my bottom drawer that used to be overflowing with sweatshirts, pants, all my exercise clothes, just honestly, this drawer was like full of just random things. And before, I had all of my shorts in one, well no, they were in the same drawer as my pants, but like hardly fit. And now I have all of my exercise and pajama pants, which used to be in a separate drawer, together with all of my pants, all of my shorts, all of my skirts, everything in one drawer. They fit so perfectly. I could still fit more things in here. There's still room. And it's honestly so crazy. And then I just did all of my bathing suits and like strapless tops and underwear and socks and everything. And I have so much room back there. I actually put them in these cardboard boxes to like, I don't know, organize it more, just to like keep them compact. And this is actually insane. I have so much room, and the last drawer I have is for my shirts. Okay, so these are all of my tops, and I basically am going to get them all to fit in this drawer. I mean, it's a pretty big drawer. I'm pretty sure they're all gonna fit, but I just want to show you sort of the before and the after. Okay, guys, let's see. That's the after, and I actually have so much space. I know I have some clothes that still need to be washed, so they're in the basket, but I have so much space. It's actually insane. These are all like my giant sweaters, so obviously they are kind of chunky in there, but yep. I can't believe I fit all of my clothes. All of these tops, like every single one of them, used to be hanging on my rack. And so now I just have my jackets and like this long dress, and then I'm gonna hang one of my other dresses. And hopefully if Kieran does the same that I just did, he can put a lot of his stuff in his drawers, and then we can just use one rack, whereas right now we're using two, and this rack can just be for our jackets, and the rest of the stuff can go in our drawers. Good morning. So it's the next day, and last night I could kind of feel like I was getting a little bit sick, but this morning I feel kind of sick. Like, my throat is just sore, and my nose isn't really stuffed up, but I kind of feel like it's going to be. Like, I feel like I'm like pre-sick to being sick, so I'm kind of trying to like prevent myself from getting sick, even though I'm kind of sick. That makes no sense. So I was planning on going to the gym today, but I probably won't, just because I feel like I should give my body a rest to get better. And I also made this like thing that I've actually never made before, but it's so good. So basically it's lemon water, or yeah, okay, it's normal water, and then I squeeze lemon in it, and then I put the normal water up to like a little bit over halfway, and then I put hot water in, filled the rest of it up with hot water, and then I also put in like half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and that's what I'm drinking, and it's really good. You can also add in like maple syrup or sugar, just to like make it sweeter if you don't want it to be sour. I'm still sick, don't really feel any better, although I literally went to the gym this morning because, I don't know, like I have energy, but I'm just like a little bit congested, so I felt like I could go to the gym, and I wasn't like running or anything, I was just working on the machines and did like my butt workout and stuff, so it was fine. I felt fine doing that, but it's just like my tonsils are swollen, and now like my nose is kind of stuffy. My skin is like, my skin was, I don't know, it was like bad like this last week, and then for a few days it like cleared really well, and now it's like kind of going back, and I'm just kind of like trying to like let it do its thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm just kind of letting it chill for now. I was just thinking about something, and I feel like I posted something similar like this on my Instagram, but people are always saying like, you know, like I found myself, or I lost myself, and then I found myself, and like that wasn't me before. And obviously everyone has like their own interpretation of like self-realization and stuff. It's gonna be different for everybody, but I just feel like one of the first steps of like self-realization, self-awareness, and acceptance is to take responsibility for everything in your life that happens, for every situation that happens in your life, for every choice you make, every reaction you have, and that includes things that were in the past. If you can't take responsibility for the things that you did in the past and blame them on that wasn't me, you're never going to fully be able to accept that that was your reality at that time. And I feel like that's something that's really important, and especially when people are sharing that online, I feel like it's sort of giving this like impression that you can act a certain way and blame it on an external thing, or blame it on this like idea that it wasn't you, and kind of ignore it and push it away, when in reality that was you. And it's great if like you've changed, like your mind has evolved and you've come to a realization and have changed your ways for the better, but you still have to accept that that was you at that time. It wasn't anyone else doing those things, it was you. So that's just my thought for the day. I don't know if you guys want me to expand on that at all, but like I was just looking at something online and I just had that thought, and instead of like planning out a whole video around it, I can just like grab my camera. This is sort of like my diary, but video form. And so even if no one wants to watch it, I'm still going to make these videos because I feel like it's good for me to look back on my thoughts and stuff. And yeah, but anyways, that's what I was thinking right now. And I ate this big bowl of banana ice cream, which I haven't had in a long time, but we had a lot of frozen bananas, and just been drinking water and whatnot. I have on like fake tan right now, even though like I'm pretty tan because I've been going to the beach pretty much every weekend, but it's still nice to be tan, and I'm kind of just trying to get rid of all of my tanning lotion. But yeah, I've still been reading my Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up book. I'm really still trying to get Kieran to clean out his drawers, but he works every day and when he gets home he's tired and doesn't want to do it, but I'm still trying because this is all, these are like all of his shirts and stuff and jackets hanging up, and I just like, this is all the stuff that I'm getting rid of. Not the suitcase, but all that. And like we have that, the couch, and then we have my stuff over here, and we could easily, like, since I only have like these jackets hanging up, if Kieran could sort out his drawers, he'd be able to just put his jackets here and we could just have one of these. Guys, I made homemade vegan ravioli and it's so good. I can hardly taste it because I'm sick, but from what I can taste, it's really good, and Kieran says it's really good too. So I might try to make a recipe video for how to make this because I didn't film anything and I feel like people are gonna ask me, so. But anyways, yeah. I feel real good. I feel real good. The Chevy still push through the Southside hood. They can't touch me, man, I wish they would.